I found out where my girlfriend has been disappearing every night. Some nights at around 9 p.m., my girlfriend sneaks out of our apartment using different excuses and comes back home at exactly 5 a.m. to wake me up with breakfast. It's been driving me crazy trying to figure out what she's been up to. For context, my girlfriend and I have been dating for 2 months and living together for 1 month. Ever since she has moved in with me, I've noticed suspicious things going on. She brings home packages from Shein with crazy body-fitting costumes and accessories that I had never seen her try on when we're together. She has an entire closet for general costumes and a section for more specific costumes with wigs, like a very adult Hannah Montana look-alike. Not only that, but my girlfriend has always asked to split the bills with me. Even if I try to spoil her for dinners, she later takes me to an even fancier place to eat and pays for it entirely on her own. I joked around asking if she had a hidden trust fund, and she laughed, saying, "Oh, I wish." She may have joked around, but I was seriously worried about our finances with the way we blew through money sometimes. Because of everything, I felt like I needed to get to the bottom of things. I snuck an AirTag in her car, waiting for the night that she had to sneak out again. When the night finally came, I waited for her to leave. I got in my car and followed the tracker discreetly until I found her car parked outside of some rich person's giant house. I stayed in the car and rolled down the window. Based on the loud music and women yelling woohoo every few minutes, I figured it was some wild party. After about an hour of almost falling asleep from waiting, my girlfriend walked down the driveway wearing a large coat and carrying an extra purse. I stepped out of my car and rushed forward to interrogate her, saying, "Fancy seeing you here? Mind telling me whose house this belongs to?" My girlfriend stared at me with wide eyes, surprised to see me. I glanced down at her bags and asked what was inside. She bit her lip, trying to come up with an answer, but when she was taking too long, I asked the same questions in a louder voice. She hurried over to cover my mouth with her hand, shushing me while looking around. She whispered, "Are you crazy? It's 3 a.m. You're going to get us in trouble." She pushed me back to my car and asked me to follow her to her job's office to talk properly. I agreed, but thought that she was just trying to buy time to think of an excuse. But when we parked in front of an office and stepped inside, I realized that things were not as simple as I initially thought. My girlfriend held my hand while she dragged me to the very back and greeted a person she called boss. We went inside an empty room and sat on separate couches, staring at each other awkwardly. My girlfriend took a deep breath and began explaining that she worked as an on-call entertainer for bachelor and bachelorette parties. But ever since we had started dating, she made every contract strictly no-touch policies. It meant that she lost a lot of clients and earned less, but she kept the moral high ground for our relationship. I felt a mix of emotions. It was great that she wasn't cheating, but the job itself wasn't the best. I also thought maybe she took up the job because she had no choice in terms of financial stability or career-wise. I asked if she was happy with the job or ever thought about quitting. She shrugged and told me confidently that if we were to ever get married, she planned on quitting to start a family with me. But she added, "Don't get me wrong, I do love this job." She explained how she loved dressing up in different costumes and dancing and acting, but most of all, she loved how she made people feel confident and attractive whenever she called them to the stage with her to learn dance moves or play crazy games. I honestly didn't understand it, but the twinkle in her eyes and her excited smile just melted my heart. I told her that I loved her and loved that she had something that made her happy, but I warned her not to ever use my trust as a go signal for cheating. She kissed my cheek and said, "Of course not. I've met all kinds of men because of this industry. That's how I know you're a keeper." She even went as far as saying that I could go with her to future shows as a security guard or just to keep her company during breaks. She hugged me and said that she was glad I accepted her. I told her, "Who am I to judge? Your job is harmless. Just be honest and talk to me. I want to hear about your night just like how you ask about my day." She grinned and proceeded to tell me about all the craziest events she visited from the time before she met me until now. It was horrific.